Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Jessica Vilagrimas. Now we will discuss to you about brain development age 4 to 12 years old. Now, what is brain development? Brain development, it refers somewhat and thinking to our brain as organ, but our brain is naturally. And it signifies that not only the children's develop to the brain where complex idea can be embraced and understood, but the attitude too can be inculcated on the basis so true that unless consciously altered, they can last a lifetime. The next is findings. According to research, says most the connections among cells are made during infancy and adulthood. So, to make sense of what they experience, children make the connection. The next is most children brain develop with 95% of what they will be in adulthood at 6 years old. Then, according to this, research says are the agreement that most of the brain cells are formed before birth. First is early experience and interaction with environment are most critical in a children's brain development. The next is the half of the connections in the brain die of 10. Connections that are not used are pulled. Then, thinking is more intuitive rather than logical since they are perceptions bound at this time. But, age of 4 to 12 years old is a critical period for development and also the great windows of opportunity for learning. Parents and teachers should take advantages of this period for their children optimum. The last is research says this is the best time to learn, point or teach a second languages since after 12 years old, the ability to learn a new languages decline rapidly. During this period, the gray matter thinking part continues to thicker and peak 11 years old for the girls and 12 years old for the boys. So, according this, talking to young children establish foundation for learning languages during early critical period when learning is easiest for a child. This is the reason why girls is mature faster or is head to the development compared to the boys.
The first is genetics, means heredity or inheritance. Biological influences can include such as characteristic as temperament, which is the way you react to situations and to people, and genetic influences, like if the baby was born prematurely with physical anomalies. The second is socioeconomic competencies. Socioeconomic competencies in the context of the relationship that exists between him and her and a small group of consistent caregivers. Caregivers include parents, grandparents, child care providers, or yaya. And how do these factors affect brain development and influence child outcomes? There are two positive and negative effects. The positive effect is the children, they can to develop close relationship with family members, friends, and other people. And the second is negative effect. They can have a negative thoughts in the world.
What are the implications for teachers? Be sure the child is well cared for. What happens to the child when the experience in relationships, environment, and biological factors are pleasant and unpleasant? Spend time interacting with children. A child should be well nourished, engaged, and allowed to play and learn, and well delight and energy of each stage of development. Be aware and take advantage of windows of opportunity. It should not only be in the classroom, but whenever we have a chance to be with them, like during recess, dismissal time, and to get to know them better. Invest toys and in educational toys. Learning must take place in a meaningful context in an environment of love and support.